Molly May, will you come out to play? Your smile takes the edge off of the day, and you're a light that brightens.
This is Molly May, a Bod Pause Pod and other nice stuff with me, Molly May. What's the haps? Hi. I watched Jesus Christ Superstar for the first time since 8th grade the other night. And, oh my God, wow. If you haven't watched it in a hot minute, go back and do yourself a favor. I have a whole new appreciation for the looks in that movie. A 1973 classic. Mary Magdalene, as gorgeous as they come. Everything about her, everything she wore. B, oh my God, the white Jesus, played by Ted Neely, has a lazy eye. C, Herod is played by Josh Mostel, who is the principal in Billy Madison. And once I made that connection, I still can't stop laughing about it. Like, he's Herod. And his singing scene has the best 60s mod girl looks. And that's all. Hi, I'm Molly May. I forgot that part. Welcome. Today I want to talk about my problem as a jewelry junkie. And I'll get there. But first, I have to divulge about how there are still no trees in my backyard. My neighbor is taking apart their deck as we speak. And that's all I know. Long live Arbor Day. No more disposable straws. Okay, what I can't take off this week. It's a staple that I wear it's not a staple. It's not what I can't take off this week. A staple. It's a staple item that I wear every day. I adore it. At Annika Jewelry is a jewelry designer in the Twin Cities, and I've been positively lusty after her work since I first blinked in its general direction on my newsfeed. I saved my bucks because Annika is making jewelry proper, and her work is a proper investment. And it's an investment that I ogle every day. Annika posted last year that she was going to be at an open house at one of her friends' houses in the suburbs. And I had never seen her work in real life, but I knew that it was made just for me. That day, I bought the most perfect handcrafted gold orb ring that only comes off my hand when I wash my face and shave my legs. And we all know how little I shave my legs. Her work continues to evolve and make me just jewelry. It's make me just drooly. Jewelry? Some jewelry. It's simple. It's unique. It's special. It's real. It's thoughtful. The small nuances that are created in her handmade forms are just like heart eyes. I love it every day. Well done, Annika. Oh my God, I hope I'm saying her name right. It could be Annika. If that is true, Annika, please correct me. Thank you for the work that you do. I'm excited to continue saving my bucks in one of my 10 funny little savings accounts so I can rack it up and wear more art. The song of the week is Shaken All Over by Johnny Kidd and the Pirates, because it reminds me of the film Factory Girl, which was another big pivotal jewelry style evolution in my life. And honestly, my first glimpse into what started an obsession with the real deal Edie Sedgwick. So Sienna Miller plays Edie in this movie, and it's still and forever one of my favorites. And if you don't know who Edie Sedgwick is, or have any reference of The Factory, Andy Warhol, his studio was referred to as The Factory. And Edie was a socialite, went to art school, and really found herself in the scene of Andy Warhol. And, you know, she was one of his muses. So Sienna Miller plays Edie in this movie. And it's the first that I had ever seen really delved into the world of Edie Sedgwick. The first photo that I had ever seen of her was from the Vogue shoot when she was balancing on the leather rhino ottoman in tights and a bodysuit. And the simplicity and the elegance was just so captivating. And so the entirety of the wardrobe in this film is very accurate of the true Edie Sedgwick. And she has this really great short haircut. She always bleached it. And her fashion of the 60s was so amazing. And the large statement earrings. And I was like, oh my God, I want to look like that. I want to look like that. And that really inspired me to start playing with jewelry as a way to change up an outfit. Like, I'm never wearing the same thing twice. My who to follow this week is Ari Seth Cohen. The account is Advanced Style. He is a photographer and blogger. He shoots fashionable seniors in a sartorial style. Sartorial, am I saying the word right? Sartorial style. And the entire account is like very Iris Apfel-esque. And one of my favorite things about this account is these people's use of color and jewelry, and that there's, you know, style at any age. There's not this, I am a sad old grandma, I have to wear elastic pants and perm my hair and sit at home with my dog named Schnapps. Like, these people are living their lives and they look like $1 million, and it's inspirational. And oh my God, I can't wait. And from this account, I found Colleen Heidemann, who is a senior model. Okay, you're just getting a bonus second who to follow. One of the most gorgeous human beings alive. I can't even find my words right now, because I want to grow up and be her. I want to look like that. She's not afraid to, God, the way that she wears makeup, the way that she wears jewelry, the way that she styles her hair is like she's 20. You know, she's not letting the societal standards of age dictate how she shows up in the world. And also, that's everything that Ari Seth Cohen is doing in Advanced Style. And it's so inspiring, and I love it so much. So Jewelry Junkie, moving on now, children. I've always been a big jewelry lover. The summer of 2003, I was entering my junior year of high school, and we were starting all of our prom fundraising. Junior prom, the class hosts it, the parents do all of the meddling and the work, you know the drill. So we were hosting a garage sale, rummage sale situation in the high school commons, which was like the cafeteria, like the big main entrance to the school. People dropped stuff off, like from the community. We sorted it. We got all the bucks, X, Y, and Z. And there was a bag of jewelry for 50 cents. And it was a Ziploc bag of someone's costume jewelry. And I don't remember anything that was in it except for the thing that made me buy it. And it was this fake turquoise ring inlaid in fake silver. Like the stone went from the base of my right middle finger, my favorite finger, my right middle finger, to just above the top of my knuckle. And I adored it. And I thought it was gaudy. And I adored it. And I was afraid to wear it. And I adored it. I had it for like 2 years, I think, before I actually wore it, which was freshman year in college. And then it broke. I mean, I wore it every day, but it broke. Oh my God, I remember this moment. It's so sad. I slammed it against the side of a Keystone Light keg coming down from a keg stand at a college party. And like, that's true heartbreak, ladies and gentlemen. Like, I remembering the moment I lost this iconic fake turquoise ring. Also, that rummage sale was, it's incredibly punctuated in my mind because there was a classmate that drove an old 60s or 70s yellow VW Bug. And we had double doors to the school. And no one was there. We're just like a bunch of bored teenagers. We were like, let's drive the VW Bug in the school. And we did it. And it's like probably like there are like 7 of us. And we just pushed it in through the doors. And it fit perfectly. It's probably one of my favorite photos from high school. I'll make sure that we post it. But this ring that for 2 years before I wore it in college, I would wear it around the house. And I would sit at my computer on MSN Messenger and watch my fingers move. And I thought my hands looked so chic, like as I was typing all these boys from Osage, Iowa. And I loved my hands in it. And I've always had an obsession with hands. That could be a whole other episode. And reflecting on this, it's so interesting how we don't allow ourselves to indulge in simple joys for fear of judgment. People would have made fun of me for wearing a ginormous ring. And that is legitimately what was happening in my head. That's what I thought. And like, how stupid is that? Like reality, they would make fun of me, and reality, it's stupid. I mean, like, I was also walking around wearing a giant belt buckle, like all of senior year, that was my friend's dad's. And I was afraid to like also wear this ring because it would just be too much. So this ring may be a small example, but this type of behavior, I think, shows up so much in our lives, especially being a big girl. Like, I want to wear this sheer jumpsuit, but what about my cellulite? That self-doubt, right, about how we show up in the world. And it's a judgment that we've all experienced and a fear that we've all experienced. So I'd say in college is when I really started to break out of my shell. I was very lucky to have my freshman year roommate at random. Her name is Mel, and she's still one of my greatest friends. She had one of her grandmothers, like a big bag of her costume jewelry, and we would just get decked out. And, you know, Mel helped push me to be like, you can wear what you want. Like, you look fly. And I'm doing it too. Like, we're in this together. So I think that jewelry was really my gateway drug into really exploring fashion. My Grandma May, we buried her on her 95th birthday, and I was in my first year of grad school. And I'd say like a month before she passed away, she was doing the elderly woman Swedish death cleaning. Is that what it's the Swedish death cleaning? Swiss death cleaning? Swedish death cleaning. Where she was giving away a lot of things. And I remember sitting on her bed with her, and we were going through her jewelry box, just she and I, and talking, and there was this gorgeous ring at the bottom of it, and it was like a tiger's eye cameo, and the cameo was that of like a Roman knight. And I pulled it out, and I was like, oh my God, Grandma, what is this? Like, I have never seen this. And Grandma was very simple, Depression era, and, you know, no frivolities. And so when I pulled this out, I was like, what are you doing with this? And she was like, oh, I got that ring for Grandpa May while we were dating. The first Christmas that we were dating in the 20s. She paid $5 for it, which is a lot. And he wore it until their wedding day. And I was like, oh my God, Grandma, this is so special. And she looked at me and she's like, I think you should have it. I was like, Grandma, no, like, this is like too special. This is too important. This is too cool. Like, you should give this to one of your kids. She looked at me and she was like, they don't know it exists. Like, if they do, she didn't know it. And she was like, and I think that you will wear it. And so it had like a black band in this cameo. And I was like, oh, wow. Okay. I came back to the cities and I went to a random jewelry store. And I was like, hi, my grandma's dying. I need you to size this on my finger so she can see it on my finger before she dies. And they were like, okay, we will give us 3 days. And I was like, perfect, because I'm going back to Stacyville this weekend. I go back to the jewelry store 3 days later. I pick it up and I'm like, oh my God, what did you do? You completely replaced the band. Like, now this tiger's eye cameo was sitting in a silver band with like a 20s Art Deco style filigree on the sides. And I was like, what did you do? And they were like, we cleaned 70 years of dirt off of it. And this ring I was like, this is the ring? And they're like, we just resized it. And it was, and still is, so magnificent. And so, it's one of my most precious items. And at this point, Grandma was in hospice. So I went to their nursing home in the room that she was in. And I showed it to her on my hand. And a tear came to her eye. And this is the last conversation that I had with my grandma. And she said, I'm so happy that you have this. And I know that you will wear it. I have always been a plain Jane. And you're not. And I love the way that, you know, you wear big jewelry. And, you know, she said this in her own, like, sweet grandma words. And that was so special. And she had never spoken to me like that. Her sweet, non-judgmental style appreciation was like her permission for me to go nuts and to be me. And I think it is the loveliest, it's the loveliest lesson, right? Like even the appreciation of style and sense that is so different from yours. You know, find joy and appreciation in it. And I wear this ring whenever we have like big May family gatherings because it's like my way of carrying her with me. And I love that. And I've carried that message with me, and the way that it has pushed me to use jewelry as an element of style, and not just jewelry, like accessories. And it's the way to liven up an outfit, to give your style your real signature twist, to go nuts, to play. And like, God, when you really play, you're never really wearing the same outfit twice. Like, you build a repertoire, you build, you know, a wardrobe is not just about the clothes hanging in your closet. And especially as a big girl, when I was going through my leather thong days of being afraid to go up a pant size because of the number on my pants, how I relied on my style coming through in jewelry. And I still do that. I still do that to pull myself out of a funk when I'm feeling periody and gross and I just want to wear a t-shirt, you know, I'll wear like a big statement earring. And it's a way to keep it fresh. So today, I'm urging you just to play. You know, put a scarf on your wrist, tie it in your hair, tie it in your bag. There is no wrong way to do it. Love you so much. Smoochie. Jabish. And if you got this far in the pod, I'm impressed as fuck and really grateful to have you listening. If you want to know more information about me or the show, check out the show page on matriarchdm.com, where we host all of the What I Can't Take Off, our progressive Spotify playlist from the songs of the week, and obviously the reminder of who to follow for the week, all in a nice little fucking Matriarch Digital Media bow. Theme song is Molly May by Ben Karen. Like, I'll never get over saying that. It's so good, right? Thanks for listening. You're so cute.